Hello, my sewing friends. This is Friday Sews, the very last one of 2021. I'm Jen, and I'm back in my sewing room again for the very last Friday Sews of 2021. Friday Sews has really exploded in 2021, and I am so happy about all the people that have joined in with this hashtag, as it were, and just participated, and I look forward to them every Friday. I really do. I've made a lot of new friends, and there are a lot of new people to watch, so that has been just a joy in 2021, and I hope that continues on into 2022. So let me get into the sewing. I haven't really done much sewing since I've been home. I'll tell you what that was, but let me preface it by saying I got a lot of sewing done right before Christmas. And then while I was at my parents' house, I had taken my sewing machine. So I finished up some hems of things that I'd made for the girls. I ended up making a dress for Mia, a circle skirt for McKenna, a skirt for Mia, a pair of yoga shorts, and a yoga sports bra. Yoga sports bra and a sports bra for Jenna, but I didn't think this was going to fit, and I was right. The problem was that this band at the bottom comes up too high. It hits her about right here, and it should hit her down here. So there was that issue, and then these straps in the back are so cool the way they cross, but they were too long. So when I pulled it in tight to fit her, they kind of drooped. So I'm gonna fix that. Actually, I think I'm just gonna make her a new bra, because this is princess seamed, you can kind of see, and there's no good way to lengthen this bodice, this bra section, without a seam hitting her too high. So I'm probably just gonna start over. So I can probably save the straps and maybe the bottom band, but the rest of it is going to have to be redone. And to be honest, I'm not terribly unhappy about that, because I'm not thrilled about this binding. Anyway, so I had made Michaela a t-shirt to go with her skirt. And so her skirt and McKenna's skirt needed to be hemmed. And then Emma has a dress that I finished up the straps on, and I tried to mark the hem, but yeah, it was tricky. And she's decided now that she wants a ruffle. So this was her unicorn dress. She was absolutely over the moon about that. So I did those things. But beyond that, I didn't really do any sewing when I was up there. I was glad I had brought my machine. Okay, when I got home, let me explain. I use packing cubes because I think that they are the greatest thing that has happened to travel. And always before, when I would travel, I have kind of a carry-on suitcase. You open it up and you get things out of it, and everything just turns into a mess. And I was constantly having to refold everything, trying to find places to put clothing I'd worn and needed to be laundered, So I bought packing cubes on Amazon, and I like to wash them as soon as I am finished with them, especially if I've been somewhere like at my kids' house who have cats. I don't do well with cat hair. I'm so allergic. I always have. Yeah, anyway. So I washed these, and they have a kind of a webbing. Like this is a little kind of a handle, and they all have handles, and they all come in different sizes. I think these, and there are two of each. And I think that technically these small ones are supposed to hold shoes, but I put like a nightgown and all my underwear and bras and stuff like that in this. After I washed it, see what happened? That webbing shrank. So it's all kind of gathered up, and I don't like that. So when I got home, I thought, I have time. I'm just going to take that thing apart. Well, obviously I have two of them. So I took all the binding off. Let me show you the inside of this so you can kind of get a feel for what this binding is. It looks like this. And you can see where it just bunched up. So I took all of it off of this one. And then I just went back in and I put it back together and serged all the seams. And I now have one that looks nothing, well, kind of, but not really. It does, it just looks so much better than this one. And I used just some ribbon I had on the place where the you can tell right here, it's where the mesh, which is nice because it makes it breathable, connects. And these are waterproof also, so they're great if you're going to go to the beach and you have wet stuff that you need to bring home. Really nice. And so you can see on the inside, all I did was serge the edges because I thought, you know, that's 4 threads plus the line of stitching that I normally did, you know, on my regular machine. And so I really think that's going to hold. It's not as pretty as the binding, but if I wanted to do the binding, I could. I just didn't want to put another piece of cotton on there and have it, when wash it and have it shrink. So I could have made my own binding out of something that won't shrink, but I didn't want to do that either. I just didn't want to work that hard. So I top stitched it and I serged it, and I'm very happy with it. So now I have a much better version, much more to the original version. This is much more what it looked like when it came. Packing cube. Yeah, so that's really about all the sewing I did. I will tell you that after McKenna's circle skirt, after she opened it up, she tried it on and she loved it. I was so surprised because I used 2 tablecloths that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby for 90% off, and I thought maybe she would think it was too heavy. She did not. She was in love. And I put an elastic waistband on it. I'm not even sure I used a pattern. I mean, at this point, it's kind of a blur. I think I may have just drafted it using tutorials on YouTube and TikTok. So she loved it. And then everybody wants one because everybody looked at it and said, oh, I want one of those. I ended up buying a t-shirt and a little sweater that twists in the front, and it's a little bit cropped so that she can either wear the t-shirt tucked in or long. And I did that because that stripe was so unique in the color that it was, and I thought I don't have time to go find fabric to make her a t-shirt, so I didn't bother. With Michaela, I did have fabric that matched, so that turned out great. While I was there, my mom, for all the things that I love about her, has a couple of things that just drive me crazy about her. Of 100 things that she does, 98 are perfect and 2 maybe are not. Well, this is one. My mom doesn't care about linens. She doesn't care about towels or sheets. Now, I understand about the sheets because the sheets are usually for the beds on which we sleep, and we're only up there maybe twice a year. Okay, I get that. The sheets that she had for the bed where we sleep wouldn't reach all the way. I mean, she has memory foam and I think a mattress pad on top of the beds. And so like these weren't even, they're queen size sheets, but they just, like, one corner would not pull over the side of the mattress. I mean, seriously, wouldn't. So we talked about it. And I said, you probably should buy new sheets. I went out and bought hotel sheets for the bed we slept on, and we used those. And I've previously bought towels. I think she heard one time that towels absorb better if you don't use fabric softener. Probably true, but you know what? Those kinds of towels are stiff, and she will wait until they're disintegrating to buy new ones. So yeah, I bought those a long time ago. Well, anyway, with regard to the sheet, I said, you know, Mom, I will take those and you can buy new ones if you want. She was talking about buying new ones, and I said, I'll take those if you like, and I'll use them for muslins or nightgowns. So I got 2 fitted and I think 3 flat sheets. So I have sheets, clean sheets. Emma, when I saw her, she brought me 3 or 4, I think 4 dresses that need to be hemmed. She's kind of gone boho chic, and I love that style. So I have 2 here that I just pinned up and I brought home. She said, you don't have to do this now, Mom, if you don't want to. You can send them to me when you get them done. So I have those to do. So that was basically all of the sewing. Not a whole lot to talk about with regard to that. With regard to life, oh my gosh, Tennessee, Andra from Andra Makes, and Debbie from Saturday Sewing. I just want to tell you, I love the mountains. I love your state. I've always loved your state. I wrote a song about Tennessee. It's kind of a good song too. That was years ago. Anyway, I did not love it this time because there was traffic and like places where accidents had happened and traffic was stopped like a parking lot, and it took forever to get through Tennessee. On the way up, it was north of Knoxville, and on the way back, it was both Knoxville and Chattanooga. And I did end up driving. I was driving on the way back, and I ended up driving through like a one-lane road on the side of a mountain. And, you know, that means there's a drop-off on the other side, and I was on that side. And so I was white-knuckling it the whole time. And, you know, little bridges that would go across this little river that was going by. And, yeah, you only could go through one car at a time. And, oh, my goodness, I was just so stressed out driving that little stretch. So we took a lot of detours because Waze, we use Waze instead of Google Maps. I like it better. And so it took a lot of detours. It took forever to get where we were going. Maybe a half again as long. It was a long drive. Another thing that happened was that my daughter, Emma, let me just start talking about Emma, because a lot of Christmas this year was about Emma for me. Obviously, I have 4 other daughters and a son-in-law that I desperately love, but Emma has always been kind of withdrawn and constantly looking at her phone and kind of snippy. She just hasn't done well around people. So she decided with her doctor, because she had fibromyalgia and some other problems, she decided to go gluten-free, so no wheat. She's already a vegetarian, and she started taking an antidepressant, and oh my gosh, you all, I felt like I got my daughter back. I really did. My girl, whose eyes are full of wonder, who sees beauty everywhere, who's so creative. I got her back. I got her back. I just can't tell you how over the moon I am about that. It just my heart just wants to explode with happiness that she's back. Well, Emma is, like I say, she's an artist. She creates video games for a living, and she took a pottery class back, I don't know, she was like 14. And it was one of those community center kind of things, and I just thought, oh, let's sign her up for that. That would be fun. So I think this is one of the things that she made. Now, this, you know, this is very much a 14-year-old's pottery thing. But you can tell how creative she is, you know, with the little things here. This says 05. She's born in 91, so I think that made her 14. This happened back in 05. This happened this year. This is a pin dish. She got magnets. She threw this on a wheel, and the magnet is perfectly flush with the edges. And this isn't just amazing because she gave it to me. It's also really good pottery. This is, obviously, it's made to look like the beach. This glaze, I don't know if you can see, she did some things here, but she kind of did some ombre kind of stuff. And this is foam and seashells. Now, these are all glossy, but this right here is matte, kind of like sand would be. I just was so impressed. I'm so impressed with this kid. So I can't wait to start using this. This was just one of those things that I knew she was making pin dishes, and she made a bunch for me. But, oh my gosh, she made me that. She made me this candle. So not only did she throw the pot, glaze it, and then finish it, but she poured a candle into it with 3 wicks. I couldn't believe it. So this, can you see how, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then she also made me a mug. Okay, some things I love about this. This is all matte, but glaze is like paint, as I understand it. So she painted on these seashell starfish. And then the way she did it, she did this glaze, and then on the inside you can see it's like sea foam. Oh gosh. And then she did this kind of opalescent color on the handle. I love these little curly cues. And then down here, and then this really thin stripe here. And then this is kind of a bit of a, gosh, I don't know, it's like speckled glaze. Oh, okay, we went from this to this. I have not poured coffee into this, but boy, you better believe I will. The reason I haven't is because I wanted to wait and show it to you all first. My kid is amazing. I don't know that I can say that enough times. Times a bazillion. My kid is amazing. While she and I were there, everybody else left and went home, and she and I went shopping because we wanted to get coffee at Starbucks, and then, you know, we were out and around and just thought, oh, let's stop into Home Goods. All their Christmas was 50% off. So I found this tablecloth. And it is 60 inches by 102 inches, which is basically a 3-yard piece of 60-inch fabric. Well, it's all polyester, and it has sequins, and I wasn't sure that she would like it. So I walked over to her and I said, hey, what do you think of this? I haven't even gotten it out of the package yet. I said, what do you think of this? Because it is all polyester, and she does tend to lean towards natural fibers, but so do I, you know, and then we do the best we can. This was half off, so this piece was $10, and I think it is going to make a beautiful circle skirt. And I said, do you like the sequins? Do you like the pattern? She goes, yes, I love it. So that is going to be an easy circle skirt, and I'm really looking forward to making that for her, as well as many circle skirts, because everybody wants one after they saw McKenna's. So my plans, my immediate plans for sewing in the new year, which I'll have more plans, but they are to remake the sports bra, to do the 3 circle skirts, to finish Emma's dress, the unicorn dress that I wasn't able to finish. The only other thing that I really want to finish is the Ray dress, and this is from Tessuti. I think I may make the one with the sleeves. I'm giving Tessuti another try because I did not like their sewing instructions, but this time I'm going to follow them to the letter. And I have some linen that I got at Joann's last summer. So I think that's really going to make a pretty dress. And I've been meaning to do it for a while. I just had a whole host of other things that got in the way, and so I got pushed down the priority line. Those are my plans. We are planning a very quiet New Year's Eve tonight. We have some wine that we got from a friend who makes wine, so we're gonna toast with that. I am trying to keep up with my Goodreads challenge of reading 200 books this year, and I'm too short. That has never happened. I've always gone beyond. So I'm catching up with that tonight and today. So I don't know, I may come in here and start, actually I may start on the Ray dress. Since I think I want to think some more about the sports bra, not just dive right into that. And the circle skirts, well, I'll have to shop my stash for fabric, and this is going to have to be washed first. Okay, I hope you have the happiest of New Year's. Thank you for sticking with me this whole time. You all know how much I appreciate you, and with Vlogmas, I was not able to get in and respond to all your comments, but I am committed to doing that. So I'll be here. I'll be talking to you in comments. So I want to wish you the happiest of New Year's. This is Coke, no sugar. From my house to yours, every blessing to you from the one I love the most. And take care, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.